Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome back to a new video. For today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I did this bridal inspired look. Bridal season is literally right around the corner. I think it already passed. Is there still weddings going on? I'm not sure, but I don't know. I've been getting some requests to do some bridal looks and I've never really done one before, so I was really excited to make this video. I'm in love with how it turned out. It's just a very fresh, naturally enhanced type of look. Anytime I think of bridal makeup, I think more like champagne-y, nude, neutral tones. And that's exactly what this is. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I created this look, then go ahead and just take one. So we're gonna start off by prepping the skin. You guys already know I'm gonna be using the Magic Cream and Magic Eye Rescue by Charlotte Tilbury. These are my go-to for prepping for any type of professional makeup, bridal events, all that type of stuff. These are just really great primers and moisturizers before makeup. They just give your skin that really supple, hydrated finish. And they sit really nicely beneath makeup. A little bit does really go a long way with these, but I usually just like really slather it on because it just feels so good. This really does sink into the skin nicely, so you just want to give it a little bit of time before applying like your makeup to really just set in. So next I'm going to be taking some Hollywood Flawless Filter by Charlotte Tilbury. It's for sure like one of my favorite products of her line. It just acts as pretty much everything, as a primer, a glow booster, a mixer. You can even wear it kind of like as a lightweight skin tint, but I love this for prepping. I'm using the shade 4 Medium, which is kind of like a good match for me right now, but it does have like a nice olive undertone, so it is gonna do like some color correcting, which I feel like I need just because it's kind of early in the morning, so I'm feeling a little like puffy and tired, so you gotta even out that skin tone. And this is just gonna make your skin look so glowy, hydrated, and beautiful. And then again, you wanna give that a little bit of time to just really set in before you go in with your foundation. Oh, but before foundation, actually, I'm gonna be taking some color corrector. So I'm taking the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Vanish in shade Medium. This is like a nice peachy type of undertone, which I feel like I really need underneath my eyes right now to conceal some discoloration. It's just like such a beautiful like peachy undertone. And then I do have like some blemishes right now, so I'm just gonna apply some right on there. So for foundation today, I'm gonna be using the Morphe Filter Effect Soft Focus Foundation. This is a medium to full coverage. It has like a nice satin glowy finish, which I personally prefer, especially for a bridal look. I feel like it's just key to have very like glowy, natural looking skin, and this foundation does just that. So I'm going to be using the brush that actually came with it. This is the E64. I really like the shape of this brush. It's really cool. Just going to be taking about a pump, kind of just like to dot it on first. And I actually use the shade Tan 18. If you guys haven't tried this foundation, I really recommend it. It has a beautiful finish and it's a great everyday foundation, I feel, because it doesn't have the most coverage, but you can definitely build it. So it's very versatile. You can use it as like a lightweight foundation, and then you can definitely build up the coverage. Kind of reminds me of NARS Sheer Glow a little bit, which is like one of my favorites, so really love this foundation. Okay, and you can just see like how beautiful that already looks. So I can definitely add more, but I'm just gonna leave it there because I'm gonna go in with concealer. So I'm taking the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in Warm Beige. Any really full coverage concealer that you have is gonna work really well. I'm just gonna use this more so as like a treatment for the areas where I feel like I need a little bit more and my nose is runny and it's so annoying. Literally anytime I try to film, my allergies just decide to kick in. But what I like to do with this method is I'll kind of just let the concealer really settle in for about a minute or so, and then I'll go ahead and buff it out with my brush. We're really layering on coverage today because it is not time to play on wedding season. So as you can tell, I've probably applied way too much, but that's fine because I'm just gonna take my beauty blender, really just press everything in. Now we're gonna take some more concealer. I'm taking the Rare Beauty in 230N, and I'm gonna use this more so to highlight. So just a tiny bit, not too much because we already have a lot on. So this is really just to brighten the under eye. I love a good bright under eye, especially for bridal makeup. I'm gonna be taking some setting powder. This is the Charlotte Tilbury loose powder in medium. And I like to go in with the beauty blender on my eye area, just because that's the area that usually creases for me, and I feel like using the beauty blender to set the powder really helps with that. But whatever's left, I'll just take it on my Real Techniques brush. So next we're just gonna get into these brows. My eyebrows are personally just very sparse, and I think I am gonna do a separate video more in depth on like my brow routine, but for now I'll just run it through quickly. For today I'm going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury brow pencil, and really I'm just gonna follow kind of my natural shape, but I do want to enhance them a lot more since my brows are very sparse. So as you can tell, I kind of just really filled them in. Nothing too crazy, just followed my natural shape, but you can just tell they're there now. They're making an appearance. So next, I've really been loving the Anastasia Brow Freeze, and I've been applying it in a different method that I've been liking a lot more lately. So instead of like applying it to the spoolie, I like to go in with my finger, and I'll kind of just stamp it on the areas, and you can already tell like half of the work is already done when I do that. So I just like to lightly tap it on, and then I'll go in with a clean spoolie. I got these from Amazon. You get like a huge pack. Just brush them up and shape them to your liking. I like them a little bit fluffy, but not too crazy, and I just find that I waste a lot less product like this with the brow gel, because when I pick up product with the spoolie, I feel like I always just get way too much, and then it applies like really unevenly, and then I just make a huge mess. So I feel like I have more control with this method. I do like to clean up my brows, so I'm gonna go in with the concealer that I use to highlight my under eyes on a concealer brush. This is the Morphe M116, and I'm just gonna carve out my brows. This is gonna give them like that really clean, crisp effect. So whenever I think of bridal eye makeup, I think champagne, nude, mauve type of tones. So I'm gonna be using this Eyes to Mesmerize cream shadow by Charlotte Tilbury in the shade Jean. This is just like a perfect like champagne type of shade, and this is gonna act as my base. So I'm just gonna apply that evenly all over my lid, even up to the brow bone. And then for eyeshadow, I'm gonna be taking the EXAGGEREYES palette. I feel like this is just one of those palettes that screams bridal makeup to me. It's a great everyday type of neutral palette too. I'm just gonna be taking this first shade right here, and I'm just really gonna set that cream shadow. with this shade. You can already see like how much brighter like or these type of tones kind of brighten up your eyes. And then for a transition shade, I'm just going to be using this Powder and Sculpt bronzer, and I'm just applying that to the crease for a nice transition. Now I'm taking the Smoke shade from the EXAGGEREYES palette. Same brush, just adding a little extra dimension on my outer corner. And I personally love a more like soft, natural, like effortless type of glam. That's why I kind of just use like fluffier brushes, and I don't worry too much about like precision. I just find that it looks better this way. And then I'm taking a smudger brush, same shade, just applying that to the bottom and focusing it more on the outer corner. So next I'm taking this second shade right here, and I'm applying that like on the inner corner and lid. And what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna wet my brush with some setting spray. And you can do any setting spray that you have, or you can even use water. That'll work just fine. This is just gonna give the color a little more pigment. And now I'm just gonna be taking the Pop shade with my finger, applying that right on top of that same area. And then I'm taking a more kind of like detail pointed brush. This is the Morphe M321. Going back into that first shade, and I'm gonna apply that to my inner corner just to really brighten everything back up. But that's pretty much it for the eyeshadow. For eyeliner, I would recommend going with like a nice soft pencil liner. I prefer brown. If you like black, you can totally do that too. But I'm gonna be taking AUDREY, of course. This is like one of my favorite eyeliners by Charlotte. And I'm just gonna line my eyes. I'm not gonna do like a huge wing, just very subtle to really like add a little bit of extra smokiness. Just like that. I always love to carve out my eyeliner. I feel like it makes a huge difference. Just really sharpens everything up. I'm gonna take a little bit underneath as well. Now I'm just gonna apply some lashes off camera. Okay, so I went ahead and just applied some lashes. So I did the Ardell Double Up Demi Wispies. They are these right here. And I just applied some bottom mascara. I used the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Lashes Mascara. This has been like my favorite mascara as of lately. I just bought a second tube. I just love the way it separates, it lengthens, and it gives volume. It does everything. So what I'm gonna do next is kind of just clean up a little bit. Sometimes there can be a little bit of fallout, especially when working with shimmer and sparkle. So I'm gonna be going back in with my Rare Beauty Highlighting Concealer. Just a small amount. And I know I already set with powder, but the powder I used is Charlotte Tilbury, and I already know that one works fine if I apply product on top of it. So I know some people like doing their eyeshadow first because of this, but I don't know. I love doing my skin first. I feel like I have a better idea of what my makeup is gonna look like when I do my skin first. Plus I can always just clean it up. That's just what I like to do. It works for me, but you do you. A little bit of powder. Lock that in place. So For sculpting, bronzing, contouring, all of that, I'm just gonna be taking the Film Star Bronze and Glow by Charlotte Tilbury in the lighter shade. And this is just like one of those products that seriously is just so iconic. I haven't used this in a while because I've just been using her bronzer, but I forgot how much I love this product. And this is just like the perfect product to use for a bridal glam. And I'm using the Powder and Sculpt brush, which is another icon. Just works so amazingly to sculpt everything out. You could just see like the difference it makes. It just looks so good. And then I'm taking the highlighter shade from right here, which is another beautiful like candle lit champagne-y type of highlight, which is perfect for a more bridal glam, of course. So the lip combo for today is going to be KKW Beauty lip liner in the shade Nude 2. I love this shade so much. For lipstick, I'm going to be using Charlotte Tilbury in the shade Mrs. Kisses. This is a beautiful like bridal inspired lip color. This is a really good bridal shade. I feel like especially if you have more of a medium to tan skin tone, this is going to complement you really well. Just to brighten it up a little bit, I'm going to be taking KKW Nude 3. Just applying a little bit on the center. For a gloss, I love me a glossy finish. I'm taking Charlotte Tilbury's Lip Luster in the shade Seduction. Okay, and then for blush, I'm going to be taking Pillow Talk by Charlotte Tilbury. Lay that right on the apples of my cheeks. Using the same brush. I just love this brush. I feel like it literally does it all. Bronzer, highlight, blush, powder. Legit all you need. Okay, and then now just to lock everything in place, I'm taking the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. This is seriously amazing, and I'm going to be spraying a generous amount because you for sure want this type of glam to really stay on and hold up. And then what I also like to do is go in with my beauty blender while the setting spray is still damp. Kind of really just press it into the skin. Alright you guys, but that pretty much sums up this bridal makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. I'm really in love with how it turned out. This is such a beautiful, subtle, naturally enhanced type of makeup. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and be sure to let me know down below what you would like to see from me next week. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.